I mean, the point was probably, why does society put women back into the kitchen? Or why, I think that was the core, but it was so weirdly said.
To
I
hear
don't
that
know.
from some people on the right, of course, not all, but some. Oh, you have to get back in the kitchen. You can't work,
Mhm.
whatever. They're gonna be like, yeah, okay, that.
Hi, welcome to the castle. Today we're gonna watch a video from the creator Misha Petrov. The title of her video is "Modern Dating is a Disaster." I have no idea what the video will be about. Just as a disclaimer, because when I look into the description, it is divorce, kids, balance, politics, weddings, and voting. I love to talk to you with those kind of topics and all, but make sure to be polite and reasonable and think before you post something, to not be rude. Let's see what this will be about. And I hope we will not start a new war. So here's the video. This one on the left is Misha. I think that is the creator. And on the right, she's looking at TikTok. So I guess we will be talking about specific TikToks probably and what they message. And then we will just try to figure out how this is not helping society, I guess, in terms of dating. Because me and the TikTok started strong with why I considered divorcing my husband. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's just embrace it.
I was strongly considering divorce. I have an amazing husband.
All of my friends who have kids are in hell.
I asked him about like Black Lives Matter and stuff.
Wait, what was that? Wait, I'm sorry. Like, I remember I asked him about Black Lives Matter, and I'm no expert. Okay.
Like Black Lives Matter, and so today I can't.
Who
Okay.
did you vote for?
Oh boy, no.
I'm a very liberal woman. Let me see if he's learned anything from me.
Hey guys, today we're talking
That sounded weird. Okay. I'm curious about that TikTok now, but let's see when it will come up, hopefully.
about some viral videos that are causing
Hello.
a lot of chaos online,
Mhm.
definitely not helping out the gender war. So we're gonna be taking a look at that. But
Oh.
before we
She says gender war, not specifically referring to one gender. That is something I like, because the whole imbalance about basically everything is a community problem and not a gender problem. I really like that she's framing it like that. That is good.
start, make sure you are subscribed, hit the notification bell.
Mhm.
Let's start with this first one, where this
Okay.
woman discusses why she almost divorced her husband. A lot of
Okay.
people are upset.
I have been with my husband for almost 20 years, but about 3 years ago, I was strongly considering divorce, and I want to talk to you about why. So I'm going to
But did she divorce? I would like to know that right away, because it's just like, it gives me the feeling, I have to watch it to know if she divorced or not, and it is a bit annoying.
tell you
But
the
it's just
story
me.
of the day where I thought to myself, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. My
Okay.
husband and I had 4 kids. We
Okay.
both worked full time. We had been together for 16 years at this point. We've been together since high school. And on
Okay.
paper, I have an amazing husband.
Oh.
He is incredibly supportive. He's kind. He's loyal. He's a great dad. He's very hands on. He's an active participant. He's always present. Like, on paper, what else could I ask for?
Yeah.
But
Okay, and why did you divorce? Why you wanted to divorce or considered? If he's so great, what happened that you had this on your mind? This is weird already. It starts weird already.
I was incredibly frustrated and burnt out from our marriage and from motherhood.
Okay. I hope you talked about it with him.
Women tend to carry a disproportionate amount of the work in the home, the work of raising kids, and the mental load. I remember
Yeah, statistically speaking, yes. That is not
looking at my husband
deniable.
and saying, I need more. And he looked at me
Okay.
and he said, okay, just tell me
Okay.
what to do. Right? Every woman has heard this. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. The dishes were
I mean, that's fine. He's not used to it because you take care of everything, so he doesn't want to make a mistake and ask you what to do. I don't see a problem in that one. Okay.
put away and the trash was taken out.
Mhm.
That would make my life so much easier. And he said, yeah, of course. What?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's no problem. He does it. But then I have to remind him, and then he forgets. And there was this one morning where I woke up. I went to put something in the trash, and it was overflowing. And I felt so disrespected and unseen and unvalued at that point in time. And I remember texting my husband being like, why didn't you do this? And he said, sorry, I was running late for work. And I remember thinking,
Okay.
oh my God, he doesn't see me. Because what he's done has now made me late.
First of all,
Oh, okay. Wait. I have to check something. Before we listen to Misha's opinion, I want to have the full list again present. And that was a lot on TikTok. So where is it? Oh, there it is already. So there.
Point. We've been together since high school. And on
Yeah.
paper, I have an amazing husband.
Okay.
He is incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
He's kind.
Yeah.
He's loyal.
Yeah.
He's a great dad. He's very hands-on.
Isn't very hands-on meaning that he is helping you? Or do I have a misunderstanding? I'm really, really hard trying to think.
He's an active participant. He's
Active participant, so maybe probably in the neighborhood, in the household. If you say he's having all those qualities, why did you freak out because of the trash was not taken out and then he didn't see you? That is weird. Okay, I just wanted to have this present. Now let's see what Misha will tell us about it.
thinking, oh my God, he doesn't see me. Because what he's done has now made me late.
first of all, I find this all deeply personal, right? If your
Yeah.
marriage almost ended, I feel like first, obviously, you would communicate with each other.
With your husband. I hope she talked about it with her husband. But she also said it's like 3 years ago where she considered it, which is already weird that she's making now a TikTok about it. Why I don't understand this? Is something wrong with me?
entire internet without a
Yeah.
chance to respond. We don't get to hear his perspective.
True,
And
that's
even
another
with
point.
everything she said, that he was perfect on paper, right?
Yeah.
Loyal, kind, emotionally
Yeah.
present with the kids. She still almost divorced him because he did not take out the trash when he
It sounds so ridiculous when you're like, everything is perfect, but he didn't take out the trash. I almost divorced him. What is that? What is that of a logical reason?
was running late for work.
And I felt so frustrated. And I remember thinking, what's the point? What's the point of doing this with someone else? I might as well just do it alone. And it's not because my husband didn't love me or he did anything to me. And it's not because I didn't love him, but because I felt so taken advantage of in our relationship. And this dynamic, we've been raised in this society that tells men and women who they should be in marriages. And we know the bar for moms is way up here and the bar for dads is way down here.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. The bars are different. Yes. But just because they're different doesn't mean they have different values, because both bars are in balance based on what society portrays into those roles. So, the critical point to say, okay, let's...
In most homes, the data supports this. Women do a disproportionate amount of the work. They just do. They do more of the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry and the childcare while also working full time. And men have more time for things like their hobbies. Like,
Yeah, but just because you shouldn't... Yes. But why is it like that? Like, just stating it, okay, this is the fact. Why you don't ask, why is it like that? Most likely. So what from personal experience, okay, just don't rip it apart. From personal experience, what I heard from friends and family, what I saw in my family, women get prepared for life way different than men. So like girls get prepared way different for their upcoming life than men do. And this is something that is deeply rooted somewhere, and I can't even pinpoint where it's coming from. But just because it is like that doesn't mean that it has to be like that. You always can, with communication, seek for change and work on it together. And she said she loves her husband, so why they don't sit together and work it out, and then over and over and over again? Because a relationship is not something, okay, we do it now and it will be forever, because it is a constant work with each other. So maybe I'm just not getting something.
like golf, for example, or just working out, running a marathon.
Men tend to work more, right? There are more stay-at-home moms than there are stay-at-home dads. That doesn't mean that stay-at-home dads don't exist. It doesn't mean that you can't try and delegate your house chores in a more equitable manner, but that's more common.
So we did.
It's more common, but it always depends on who can take all the workload, right? So if the woman, for example, has a part-time job, then of course she could contribute more into the household or something like that, because the male part of the relationship, or like the bread maker, bringing home more money, of course it doesn't give him an excuse to not do anything, but just because you're home, you could do a little bit. I'm not pushing that role. It's just that it could be the same for a man. If the woman has a full-time job bringing the money home, and her husband is a part-timer because he wants that, that is totally fine. Like, it should just be something that you talk about, and then you like, it's not like pushing some work onto someone. You have to talk about, like, how can we make this work together? And then it's just very, very one-sided. Let's just say it's very, very one-sided. Very weird.
The work to figure out what equity looked like in our relationship. And I can tell you now, 3 years later, that we are happier than ever. Our kids are thriving. Our home runs like a well-oiled machine. And that took a lot of work. I want to say it took like 18 months to get there. And it was well worth it.
You guys are both working full-time, correct? She's saying that she was burned out, right? Overwhelmed. She's cooking, she's cleaning, but then she also has a job. I do get why this video is so viral, because it taps into something that so many modern couples are dealing with. Women are told, work on your career, then if you want to get married, if you want to have kids, then you can do that. Okay, so then once you have this job and then you have kids, you're still expected to be the chef, the cleaner, the scheduler. So yeah, I totally understand how that sort of situation can be extremely exhausting. However, you chose to have a full-time job. Your husband is also working. The solution is not necessarily, oh, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to have like a 1950 setup. No, I mean, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. But what most couples nowadays do is that they kind of divide the workload at home so that it's not.
They talk with each other, like, how can we make this work? Like, maybe one part is liking doing the dishes, the other one likes to do the laundry. Then you can split it up, because everybody does what, I mean, it's just an example. Whoever likes that, but you get the point.
Not so overwhelming for one person. You could have been like, hey, could you take out the trash next time? Yeah, I don't understand why divorce would even be going through your mind if he's perfect. You're literally describing.
Yeah, that is so weird.
Describing him as a perfect guy. Another viral video right now is this Chapel Roan clip where she's on Call Her Daddy, that amazing podcast that Kamala was on, if you can remember.
All of my friends who have kids are in hell.
Okay. Oh, it's the next topic. It's the kids topic now. Okay, we moved on to the next topic. I mean, I'm happy that she took the road, instead of giving into the impulse of divorcing him. She was like, okay, no, let's calm down, let's take a deep breath. I have the perfect husband, why should I give up on that? Let's work it out. And this was the good move. Okay, it's not, a relationship is not happy go lucky. A relationship is work, but it's worth it. As you heard from her, it took time, but it was worth it. Okay, now we go to the next topip.
I don't know anyone. I actually don't know anyone who's like happy and has children at this age. I have like a 1-year-old, like 3-year-old, 4 and under, 5 and under. I literally have not met anyone who's happy, anyone who has like light in their eyes, anyone who has slept.
Okay, so here is her.
Okay. Okay, I will shut up for now. Wait.
Personal perspective. She says she doesn't have any friends that are happy with kids. She doesn't see the light in their eyes navigating the early stages of parenthood. And I get why so many moms felt defensive, because, you know, that's quite the statement. Motherhood can be very complicated, right? For some, it is the most profound, the most purposeful chapter in their life. And for others, it can just be overwhelming, isolating, especially if they do it out of pressure or under the wrong circumstances, right? But again, for many, it brings joy, meaning, identity. Both things can be true. Depends on the woman.
Yeah, it kind of is. It is a lot of work. Like with the relationship, it is a lot of work, but it brings a lot of joy and purpose, and like a lot of people want it. And just because it's a lot of work doesn't mean it is not fulfilling. Because like I have one friend, she has 2 kids now, a daughter and a son, man, she's so happy. She always wanted that. She always wanted a husband. She has 2 dogs. She has 2 kids. It's her dream life. Okay? She is so happy. And then, of course, you have other couples that are maybe having a difficult time, like putting things together, or the challenge is a bit too much. They're overwhelmed. That is okay. But just because, like, you can't just say because some people experience this, the overall thing is bad, because there are a lot of very happy and healthy examples that it's not like this. This is just very weird. In Germany we would say, like, Schubladendenken is like thinking in drawers, basically, or thinking in boxes, and you're just staying in that box, and you never look outside of it. Basically, you never look what's behind the horizon, and that is so bad. This is something. Please do not do that. Please look behind the horizon. Open your freaking brain to the world. Okay, don't be in one bubble, please.
I don't think Chapel here is saying that all children ruin lives. That's how so many people were reacting to it. How dare she say this? Guys, this is her experience, okay? She's talking about the people she knows. Another question that really should be on your mind,
but
if you are thinking
not the whole world is like that.
About being a mother is, can you give this child a safe, loving environment? A lot of people become parents just because they feel like they have to, when they can't even take care of themselves. And then the children struggle. It's not like, oh, let me just get a little doll, a cute little accessory. No, that's a kid. That's a human being. You have to really think about that. But yeah, no, this clip, I don't know. I think it's a bit of an overreaction. She did not say that kids are evil or that there are no happy mothers. She just doesn't know any.
She just that is okay. It's okay to not know. But I think just because you don't know by your own experience doesn't mean that it doesn't exist that people like their children. It sounds so weird to even say it. Like, I don't know. Like, even if you have a troubled life as a family, I think most of the parents love their kids and would do everything for them. So it is. I understand why people were mad about it, but at the end of the day, it's just someone's opinion, and everybody can have their opinion. What should not be done is like thinking in this very tiny box and not look outside of it. That is something I do not approve.
Experience is going to be very different from the average woman. Chaperone is a famous singer, lesbian, like pop star who hangs out with drag queens. Her relationship to traditional milestones like marriage, like parenthood, are going to be different, and fulfillment looks different for different people. So let's move on. Megan Kelly also said this. I want to play this because I agree with her.
How did we get to the point where we're now telling young, conservative, amazing women that they're not attractive if they also work? If they choose to, let's say, do what I'm doing, get their voice out there. Well, why wouldn't we want that? Why would we take somebody who's talented in this field and really wants to make a difference and have the messaging to her be, you're really not that valuable unless you give.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not see that this is a different chapter already. Okay, so the kids section was close by. Please think outside of the box. Let's rewatch this one. It's about balance. I'm sorry, I had a bit of trouble following the video structure.
I want to play this because I agree with her.
How did we get to the point where we're now telling young, conservative, amazing women that
okay,
that they're not attractive if they also work? If they choose to, let's say, do what I'm doing, get their voice out there. Well, why wouldn't we want that? Why would we take somebody who's talented in this field and really wants to make a difference and have the messaging to her be, you're really not that valuable unless you give it up and go into the home and only have a family and only raise a family? And not only are we sending her that message, but young men are actually believing that. They're actually believing it, especially on the right, because like the trad mom has gotten so popular. And it's like, no, if we do that, we're not going to have any strong conservative or right-leaning women to provide a role model for younger conservative women who don't necessarily want to spend all their 20s and their 30s getting married and having kids, or can't. They just weren't able to meet somebody, and definitely don't need to be shamed over it.
Not only that, you're going to take the more moderate women and they're going to go to the left because they're going to.
I'm so confused about the statement. I think I need Misha to even understand that the point was probably, why does society put women back into the kitchen? Or why, I think that was the core, but it was so weirdly said.
I hear that from some people on the right, of course, not all, but some. Oh, you have to get back in the kitchen. You can't work, whatever. They're gonna be like, yeah, okay, that. I don't want to be anywhere near that, because, a lot of them will feel pressured into doing something that they may not want to do. And that is not the outcome that we need. Okay, we need more balanced individuals.
Yeah, like, everybody should be whatever they want. If you don't want to be in the kitchen, if you don't want to have kids, if you want a career and you're happy with that, getting a cat, do it. Like, if someone pressures you, their beliefs onto you, I'm sorry, but you have to cut that connection to protect yourself and live your life how it is fulfilling you, even though you have to sacrifice, for example, a friendship or the relationship to one of your parents or something like that. Let's say if your father is pressuring you to have kids and you don't want it, yeah, well, he can't just say, yeah, you will still have kids. That doesn't make any sense. It's your decision, no matter if you are female or male or everything in between. If you don't want kids, you're good. Just don't have them. Get a cat or a dog if you can support it.
Men and women. And so this is just so stupid. It's just so exhausting to hear from people who have such a black and white way of thinking. And the idea that someone is not marriage material, a woman is not marriage material because she's not making sourdough bread by 3 p.m. We know this. The pendulum.
Oh, sorry for that. That was a weird frame. The tradwife trend was so interesting. I mean, it looked very aesthetically pleasing. I will give that. But when I checked some comment sections of those creators, a lot of people felt like a failure. And this is not what content should be like. Like, just because you're not that doesn't mean you don't have any value to you. Just because you have trouble organizing yourself doesn't mean that you don't have any value. It's I'm still thinking why humans have this way of thought, like when they see something, and because they stay on the, I think it's an how do I say it? I think it's a problem how humans consume social media, because just because you see something quite often, let's say on TikTok, doesn't mean that the majority is like that. And it doesn't mean that you have to be like that. Just because your monkey brain, and it's not wrong because humans came from monkeys, it's not wrong. Just because your monkey brain sees 3 people on TikTok being viral doing a tradwife thing, doesn't mean that 4 billion people on the planet are tradwives and you're the only one who's not. Doesn't make any sense. Is the population number right even? I don't even know how many humans are on the planet at this point. You're just increasing like rabbits.
We swings from one extreme to another, but every time it's just so disappointing. Like, it's totally possible to want to have that career and also get married and have kids. You just have to keep timing in mind. But if you do want,
and you need a partner that wants the same and wants to put in the same work, so everything works out and everybody is happy with the situation that they choose to be at the point. And if you feel pressured, you have the possibility to get out.
want to push women towards the more toxic side of feminism that demonizes all men, tells women that they don't need men, and men that they don't need women, that rejects masculinity, that mocks femininity, again, that treats men like the enemy. If you want that, then yeah, totally. Shame women for having a voice, for wanting to find meaning outside of the home. But I don't see how that's helpful to anyone.
Storytime on how politics.
Same. I don't see that. It's like another thing, no matter what you say on the internet, and this includes me as well, no matter what you say on the internet, since so many humans have access to it, someone will disagree with you and try to put a shitstorm on you. Just look at Twitter. There's shitstorm like per minute there probably, and we just don't notice it if it doesn't land on our For You page. But most likely there are shitstorms every minute on Twitter. I kid you not. And the only reason we don't know is because the algorithm's not showing it to us, but for example, for other people. And then they know about it. But yeah, that is wild. Okay, I think this is the next topic, isn't it? Wait, let me. My phone is in the way. We are entering the politics section. Please be polite. I know it's a very hot topic. We are not judging. This channel is about equality, no matter who or what you are. So please be polite. Okay.
Politics during my last relationship. So let me set the scene for you. I was dating this guy. We've been dating for 5 months. And in those 5 months, I was told by my friends, Zoe, he lives in Indiana. He's a Republican. I was like, politics don't matter to me. Boy, was I wrong. And so I was like, it's fine. I don't care. I'm going to get to know him first. We'll decide later. So then.
I mean, good that she's giving him a chance. That's nice. No? I think that's nice.
We kind of start talking about it. I'm a very liberal woman, so I am obviously, like, very much, everyone knows that I'm a liberal woman. My brother's gay, all my friends are gay, all
my friends are gay.
Female rights, but anyways, so I would, like, always ask him, I'd be like, what's your politics? Like, where do you lean? And he was just like, well, like, socially, I'm a liberal, but economically, I'm a Republican.
Okay.
That, okay.
Why wouldn't you just tell him? Why waste your time? Why waste his time? I really don't understand.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry, bye. I mean, it's good that she gave him a chance. Okay, that is something nice. But I also don't. We'd only have her perspective, so this is what we work with. Okay, don't take it too serious. But if she says he is like, oh yeah, I'm liberal, and economically I'm Republican. Yeah, but you can't have both parties sitting in the White House, right? So you have to pick your poison. Yeah. Or he doesn't vote because of that. I don't know. I mean, his decision. I will not judge that, but it sounds a little bit off. It sounds a little bit off, but I'm not the biggest political dragon, so let's move on.
Politics are very important to me.
That's the first red flag, because if there's a 28-year-old man and he's single, there's a reason that he's single. Let me see if he's learned anything.
Okay, interesting.
And I ask him.
Huh?
Year-old man and he's single. There's a reason that he's single.
Yeah. Let's see if
let me see if he's learned anything from me.
That. I'm sorry to say, but if you talk like that, you are also a red flag. I'm sorry. If you talk like this and then you have a specific attitude, to me personally, you also are a red flag.
And I asked him point blank on election day, I'm like, so who would you have voted for if you would have voted in this election? He was like, I would have voted independent. Do you know that how harmful, wasteful that is? And also, like, check your privilege by saying you're going to vote independently. I fully respect Republicans. I understand that you want to vote that way, but for me, I don't want to marry you and I don't want to date you. So
that was so exhausting. And it makes sense by the.
Okay, then don't. But why make it such a big thing out of it? Just say, oh yeah, then we don't have the same beliefs. Bye, have a good day. Good luck.
The way marriage life can be complicated, having shared values, that can help. I totally understand that, but be upfront about it. Communicate. No, she wanted to secretly convert him to her ideology. Love is
that is weird.
Blind clip.
I love you so much. But
we are on the wedding part now already. So that was a weird statement too. Like, all of this is weird statements, and they go viral, and then people has a discussion about it. But if I find those TikToks, I am very, very, very sure in all of those comment sections there is a gender war going on.
I've always wanted a partner to be on the same wavelength. And so today I can't.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, why is she telling him this at the altar?
Yeah.
I've never
Everybody's shocked, and I understand why. You can say that
watched
earlier.
the show, so maybe this is how they do it, but this
is like a wedding show, I think. It's like a reality show where people get together very quickly and then either marry or not, kind of thing. And then get prize money, something like that. I don't know.
is
Weird.
so crazy.
I love you and everything about you is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I care about you so much.
I care about you too.
Huh?
And I love you so much.
Yeah.
And I know I want to stay with you and keep growing our relationship if you'll let me.
Wait, why did she
We'll
say?
see.
Huh?
We'll talk about that.
Why is he trying to make this work even after this train wreck that she caused? Why?
I'm so confused about this.
I love you.
I love you so much.
And then she said, I love you. That doesn't make any sense. Do I miss something? I think I'm missing something, but I don't know. Please help me.
I know
She's like total shock.
that the connection we have is so real.
Mm-hmm.
And my heart is there. But we talked about a lot of the values that I hold so close to my heart. Making this decision, my mind is telling me I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, again, it's totally fine to want to agree on these
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
But this is something you would mention before you put on
Yeah.
a wedding dress.
I love you guys too.
And then they still say, I love you and everything is cool, but... Huh? I have no idea what I just watched.
It was a lot, but we're rolling with it.
If someone knows what we just watched, please help me. I'm so clueless.
I want to talk to her. Yeah.
Why?
Like I asked him about like Black Lives Matter, and I'm no expert. But like when I asked him about it, he was like, I guess I never really thought too much about it. That affected me.
Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't mean that he's against it. It's okay to be neutral to something.
Especially in our own city. Like
As long as he's respecting another human being as a human being, it doesn't... Okay.
how could it not? How did it not make you think about something?
She wasn't even honest from the beginning, right? Would you have to talk about your values before? That's why, it's really not just about chemistry. You have to have these kind of conversations about your worldview, what you want in the future, all these things, and then decide if this is someone you want to build a life with before you walk down the aisle.
Yeah.
I don't really get what's happening though. Is this how the show works?
I asked him.
Misha is also confused. Thank you. I'm not the only confused one. Please raise your hand if you're confused. I'm raising my hand right now. You just can't see it.
Like what his church's views are, and he said he didn't know. And
Why did he say he didn't know though? If he's attending the church.
so then I watched a sermon online from his.
Maybe he was just overwhelmed by the question for a moment and she expected an answer. And it was like just a buffer answer to give him a bit more time. That could be. I like, we don't know, but just to give another perspective, maybe you were just overwhelmed by it because it was not really much important so far in your life. Like okay, wait, let's see.
Church about sexual identity. Okay. And it was traditional.
It was traditional.
And
The church? What do you expect?
It doesn't really have much to say about it, I want him to think about that stuff. Sometimes I did wonder if it was
I love the slippers and wedding dress.
it looks so stupid.
surface, fun, carefree love that we had. Equality, religion, the vaccine.
Well, first of all,
Oh
Lisa,
boy, don't. It makes me wonder if she even knows what she wants. I'm not gonna lie. She gives me the vibe that she doesn't know what she wants. It was just not him and she's finding excuses. But that is just me assuming something and I don't want to be rude. I hope both are having a good time. Whatever they do. Okay, the next one is... Now I missed the... Oh, it's voting. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Let's go.
do you consent to a second date?
Do I have a last question that I can ask?
Sure.
Okay, plot twist.
Okay, this is a dating type of show, probably. That's my assumption. I have no clue, and I have no clue what we're watching.
Let's go for it.
It's like bonus rounds.
Who did you vote for?
I don't like how she looked. I don't like how she's looking there. I mean, not Misha. I mean the other woman. Look at her face. I don't like that face. To me, this face alone puts pressure onto me. I don't know why, but it puts pressure onto me, and I'm not even in that situation.
I voted for the Trump cabinet. But with that comes a lot of things, like a cabinet that has...
Why is everyone screaming? Can you take a deep breath? You asked, he answered. There's no maturity here. Like, why are you screaming?
The heart is broken. I enjoyed my evening with you, but I have to stick to my morals and my principles. And democracy.
I mean, that's okay, but the whole scenario was weird. The whole scenario and her I don't know. Sometimes I wish I did not choose living among humans. Just so confusing.
If you voted for Trump, say it with your chest.
Yeah.
Same if you voted for Kamala. I don't understand why you would be so ashamed of that. I'm not saying you have to randomly announce that or talk about that all the time, but you probably were expecting this question. This is a dating show. These are important questions usually for people. Because if you need to downplay your beliefs to make the other person comfortable, that relationship will not last.
No, that is very true. That is very true.
No.
Lisa, thank you so much.
So
Look listen, everyone's got to stick to what they believe in.
I mean, that's okay.
Whoa!
Huh?
Listen, everyone's got to stick to what
is
they
that movement?
believe in.
Whoa!
Yeah. It's okay that she sticks to what she believes in. That's fine. It's also fine if that moment or that he with his beliefs is not suitable for her. That is also fine. That is okay. But the whole behavior is weird.
Eric, are you surprised with how this went?
Not really.
No? Were you expecting something like this?
I kind of seem like they were
He looks like he kind of want to escape the situation. He feels a little bit embarrassed, I think.
all on the other side.
He looks
Yeah,
like
so
it.
for these long-term relationships, you can't go based on vibes alone, right? Communication is important. Emotional intelligence, not TikTok therapy sessions, or throwing tantrums every time politics come up with a potential partner. These are things you'd want to know about them. But yeah, just a lot of overreactions today. A lot of black and white thinking from both the audience and the people in the videos. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Also remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Share the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.
Thank you for making the video. So the title was Modern Dating is a Disaster. This one was not really about dating, the divorce topic, because they've been married already. But it's probably a message towards dating people. And I'm still very happy that so the woman, this one, put in the work with her husband together to make it work. But how do I say it? I think a lot of things, it was a long TikTok, right? It was a long TikTok. And I'm not sure if many people watched the whole TikTok, because at the end she said we put in the work and it's perfect now. So yeah, right? And I think many people just watch the whole thing, the build up with he's so perfect and he is so supportive, yada yada. And then she says, yeah, I wanted to divorce him because he didn't take out the trash. I think this is where most of the people stopped watching and went into the comment section. This is my humble guess, but it sounds like it, because the ending was really good. The ending was really good. Yeah, the kids one it's just a perspective thing. The balance is also like nobody should be pressured into a role they don't want to be in, and they should have the choice to get out of it. This one was I even forgot what this one, politics. I mean, yeah, it's okay to have your beliefs, and if someone doesn't agree with you, you don't have to be together. It was an overall good video to just see what's happening on social media and what like people that are dating might consume and make their choices based on that. But I'm not quite sure what the final thing is of the video. Maybe we just watched a bunch, like a few very needed topics. I'm still processing probably. But yeah. This was all just so weird. I think the conclusion is this was all just very, very, oh boy, this look is so, I mean, she has a nice smile, but the combination of it and the whole situation would make me feel so uncomfortable. But yeah, it was a wild ride. I think that is my conclusion. It was a wild ride, and I hope that people not only rage about a different gender, and instead of trying to understand the feelings of the other person and try to learn from it, instead of just taking the rage bait and say something really mean. Let's just say that. Yeah, I think this is good. Try to get multiple perspectives instead of falling for the rage bait and be very, very one-sided black and white thinking. I don't think this is great. The world is colorful. It's not black and white. It's colorful. So take that with you. I hope you enjoyed today. This was something. Definitely was something. I want can we have a nice picture of me, Misha? Somewhat. But yeah, I think this is this one. It was very interesting to see what's happening on social media, that for sure. And I hope this will decrease little by little. The more education we get, the more understanding we try to give each other, the more empathy we want to we hopefully learn to give each other, to just make the world a little bit better and not even more chaotic as it is. Okay, I will shut up. I wish you a lovely day. I see you tomorrow, and be safe and hydrate. And then yeah, have a good time. Bye bye.